Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on Azure Lane Agir, the commander and ship. And I will tell you what, I am thrilled. I started to look at the stats. I took it out one time, all right? And I like this ship a lot. I really do. It might be just my biasism. But I like the original Jur, and I really like this. So let's get into it, guys. Azulane Jur, we're commander. We're using Hipper and Haruna as a secondary base trait. As a commander, if you guys are unsure, she is a hybrid, our first hybrid secondary commander for a cruiser in the game, meaning you can build into main guns, and she's really hybrid in the fact that she can do stuff like the fortified, the full survivability skills. So you can build like into agility if you want. You can build into main guns. You can build into secondaries. Now, that's up to you on it. I'm just saying she's very flexible, and I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the commander skills are flexible. All right. Well, I guess that could be bad both ways. Anyway, her base trait is Abysmal Banquet. Incoming damage for cruisers and main battery shell grouping. I really do like this base trait. Uh, it's not bad. But her first row two here, really good because she's a hybrid commander. She has a lot of it. And honestly, you could 100% take a Ingenious here, and I think that's probably a very good option. However, I'm taking Piercer. It's a jur. When you get pretty close to somebody, you can wreck them, right? If you have the right AP pen. I don't know. I mean, I could see any one of these to actually be go because fortified would make this ship 7% tankier. I mean, that's a good option. No fly zone would be a good option for this build, but she's you can do what you want with her. I gotta quit calling her flexible. People are gonna think I'm making a porno here. That being said, we're using porcupine, but again, you can. There's a bunch of traits here, right? With full speed ahead, crisscross, sponge, punch through for main guns if you wanted. We're using Jotunum's jaws. Incoming projectile damage to your cruiser while secondary guns are aiming, firing, or reloading. And then also secondary battery shell damage for 10% or 10 seconds per main battery shot. So when you're if you get yourself in a position to use these secondaries, and it's a jury, it's a tough cruiser, you get in close. Like, I knew I was going to like the ship. I didn't expect I was going to like it this much, to be honest. I'm probably going to play this over the regular Azur, to be honest with you. That's saying a lot because I love regular Azur. Reason being, in some ways, I'm not saying the secondaries, this ship are as good as Schroeder, but I think brawling wise, this is a better ship than Schroeder. And I know people are going to argue and not agree with me. I just think with this commander, and I know it'll help Schroeder too, with the armor that this ship has, and I really like this ship, and I feel like the tankiness of it and having the little bit bigger guns. I don't know. They're very similar. I think Schroeder's really good, and I think Azure and Ajur, the ship is good. But this commander I really like a lot, and it will help both of these ships. Now, sadly, this commander is going to be solid across all ships if you want to use it, whether it's hybrid, main guns, or secondaries. But in reality, where it's going to be best at is a secondary commander as on Schroeder and Ajur. And honestly, it's only two ships, right? And that's if you have even both of them. But she also has a refill station by the book and fully packed. We clearly are taking fully packed with the good sonar, a heal, and the um, secondary enhancement target. So that being said, you guys can see our build. Also, we're taking the secondary mod perk, prop mod, and concealment is always along with the secondary mod. I actually think probably a main battery mod might be the way to go on this, but it 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 it's it is what it is, right? So, uh, but and like I said too, if you want to upgrade these as any video, you can hit square down there or X uh, if you're on Xbox to upgrade. That being said, Agir and Azur, if you guys don't know, or the secondaries are farther out compared to normal Azur. The main things are it has better secondaries, but you lose range and accuracy, guys. And I think it's a fair trade off. I don't think the ship's overpowered. I think it's very good. I assumed it was going to be good, and then I got into it, and I was like, okay, yeah. We got the first match, and I was like, yep, it plays like a Jur with secondaries. Right? So, not much to go there. Sonar, 5.7, and it's very handy. This ship was already a good brawler, but you give it secondaries like this, I feel like it makes this ship so much better at brawling than I realized. And I actually think on this ship you could use Azur Lane Bismarck or Naomi as well. They would be very good for this ship too. You don't have to have this commander for it. Repair parties, pretty solid, 314 per second so very good for a cruiser and or above average for sure. And then you have the enhanced secondary targeting. Survivability, 62,000 hit points, so a lot of health, right? I mean, we're talking about more than Alaska even at legendary tier, so a lot of health at tier 8 for a cruiser. Um, and the torpedo reduction is good. The fire chance is good. This thing is very good at brawling. 30, you have 305s. Again, super cruiser, right? Reload isn't amazing. Shell grouping is good, but the dispersion is not good. I mean, the accuracy takes a hit, obviously, compared to over other Azure, but you're going to play this close in, even more close in than the other Azure, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing Azure wrong. So, but you're not going to notice it as much, I feel, because you're just playing it in close so much. Um, but that is a lot of horizontal dispersion. Secondaries. Now you only have 18 of them, guys. I get people who say you only got 18 of them. You're gonna be playing this ship close in, so any amount is gonna be helpful. And they go to 11.1. We get the reload down to 2.9 and the shell grouping at 1.2, obviously. These are pretty good secondaries. There's only 18 of them, but they're 128s, and that's hugely important because they pen 32, which is what going to be most bows and sterns on battleships are going to be. You're going to get a lot of actual damage with these when you want them to. Like, I can't wait to play this more. I'm going to have some pretty crazy games in this thing, I think. The way it fits my playstyle so well. All right. Torpedo launchers, you have four per side. They're 6 kilometer torps, but again, playing them close in, these are going to come in handy. All right. AA defense is actually really good, even though the number is only 93. Almost all of it is out at 5 kilometers or more, right? So solid, very solid. Maneuverability, 33 knots, pretty good for a super cruiser. Turning circle, 880. I mean, it's not amazing by any means, but it's okay. Rudder shift at 11 seconds for a big super cruiser. Not all that bad, actually. Detectability. And this is the thing that I think helps the secondaries, right? There's a few ships like Napoli, Michelangelo, and Schroeder. You know, you have that shorter detectability. And again, with this ship, that plays into that because by the time you get spotted, right, at 11.9, it's like zero point 0.8 kilometers and they're in your secondaries. And it's very handy. I do like that. Stats, you're gonna see the only game we have in it, so there's no point. Uh, so You have 27 millimeter bow and stern, meaning anything over 16-inch guns will go right through your bow, but it don't matter because it just has enough armor on it. You can angle, right? So there's no reason to bow tank if you can if you get the opportunity, and you'll see it in our match. But in reality, this thing's got enough armor to be okay, and I do like that. Now, you do have half a turtleback. Okay, it's not a full turtleback; it's half. That's what I call a half turtleback. The Citadel isn't sloped, but the Citadel, as you can see above water, if you go broadside, you're gonna get whaled on. All right, just like anything in the game, but this one in particular, you want to be careful with. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, we are at Trap, and I love to play this map super aggressively. We have a destroyer here, and I know exactly what I want to do. I want to cap contest, I want to push. Listen, we're at legendary tier, and I don't care. Like, there's what 7 of the 9 ships on the enemy team are legendary tiers. It doesn't matter, right? We take a shot here at Colombo. We start to turn out because I was a lot more broadside than I thought in my daily dumb Dave moment. We pay for it a little bit, but we get a little bit lucky, and obviously we were at the edge of our range, and that's really the thing that balances the ship out. Of course, this E-52 gets spotted right after I get behind the island, but what I was trying to do was get into the position that you're going to be seeing here in a second. I'm letting my destroyer know I am coming. I am going to help, and we're going to take a shot at a valley hole, and also again, you get close. Look, we just take half the health off of Valley. Oh, we're going to get close. Klebert's running away, which I get. There's a SAP ship here ready to just absolutely murk him. And we're going to take and wait for Valley Ho to go ahead and take another, get a little bit more broadside. He's going to do the same thing again. Now, to be fair, I probably should have used my sonar a little bit earlier because I knew them torps were coming, but I wanted to save them to push this destroyer, right? There's nothing that we have to worry about on this side, right? There's a Colombo, there's a Rhode Island, there's a Valio. I'm not really scared of any of them guys, right? And you're going to see, I'm going to keep looking to the middle of the map, and you got to keep an eye on all your sides with this ship, right? Like, you can't just let them get away. Now, Valley Hole is starting to punish me here, but our sonar, because we popped it, we pushed the Z-52. He thought he was all fancy sitting in the smoke. He's not that fancy, as we're going to go ahead and get rid of Z-52. Again, right here, we know torpedoes are coming. We're going to do the best we can to dodge them. And we see that Colombo is backing up, which I think is a mistake in his part. He may have had an opportunity to get rid of me. Although we do have the torpedoes to push him back. Also, right here, you're going to see some pretty nasty accuracy a little bit here at range. And not the world's best looking salvos come out of this thing, but when you're close up, they're not the end of the world as we only hit them at one shell. But again, our secondaries are doing work. They got rid of the first destroyer, and we're going to just focus on getting this cap, doing our best. And you see Klebert now gets focused, so I'm going to worry about him. The cruiser goes down. I'm just keeping an eye on all my sides here. And we're being mighty careful. This Rhode Island, this is hilarious because you guys, I did the Rhode Island video and then I just got back on, right? This is the game after the Rhode Island video. If you guys are watching this the day this comes out, and how I talked about building into HE spam does almost no good, right? I build secondary ship, or I build Rhode Island, not necessarily as a brawler, but as a secondary ship that excels at getting rid of destroyers. This guy is going to be disappointing. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, but this is why you don't build the Rhode Island into HE, because this guy is not going to be a help to his team, right? He's at the back of the map trying to HE spam. It doesn't work. He could have had me in secondary range this whole time, and actually that would have been more problematic for me, right? We're going to stay on AP because I'm expecting him to go broadside, and if he gives me broadside, I will absolutely wreck him. Well, not wreck him, but I'll do damage to him with AP if he goes broadside. So, we get ready. You can see the really good torp angles on Agir here. And we're just getting ready. We're going to use the island just so that we're going to take a shot and then dart behind it because we used our cooldown, right? And we're going to get a nice little healthy chunk. He wasn't fully broadside. And we're just going to chill here for a second, right? And then we see Columbo move up, so we're going to go ahead and push Columbo, right? He lost a lot of his health that gave him the advantage he would have had earlier. And because, you know, and we're a cruiser, so a lot of his SAP would have hurt us, his SAP secondaries. But now we're going to go ahead and push up. Now, granted, we don't get a citadel on him, but we get some shells to hit. He goes down. And, oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, we got, our secondaries did take out the second destroyer as well, because we were focused over here. But we did get a second close quarters, and we took out both of their destroyers that are gone. Alright? Now, because I know this guy is just spamming HE, I'm not worried. So we back up, and we're just going to go out and fight this guy. Also, we have a distraction here. He's going to, you know, think about our battleship, probably, is my thought. The thing is, though, is because I do videos, people will just hyper-focus on me. Which I get. I understand it. So we're going to pop out after he shoots his rear gun. And we're going to come out with HE for the time being and let our secondaries do work. Again, Rhode Island, if he had built into secondaries, he could have been having secondary fun right now. And I can assure you he would have done more than whatever he did in this match. Because he didn't do much. Oh, man. So you can see we're low to AP now because our secondaries are going. They can start fires if we need them to. And we're just going to push up. And this Azur, like Agir, or however you pronounce it, it don't matter. I love it. And it excels. And I know it only has 18 secondaries, right? But they're good at secondaries that have quarter pen. And this is already a ship that excels playing up close. Just because it may not have a ton of secondaries. It has all the other tools that you want. It has a partial turtleback, which won't save you all the time, but up close it can help sometimes as he goes broadside here again. And we get a nice little healthy chunk off of him. And then we're going to continue to just push him because there's not much reason not to. He's spamming HE for no reason. So I can even give him a little bit of broadside. He goes down after not much. Right? We're going to speed this up to the next part. Again, in 7 minutes, just like the Rhode Island game, we've just kind of completely helped own it, even in a secondary ship. But in my opinion, Azur, even at legendary tier, you guys can see here, solid ship. I like Azur though, so I'm biased. So, I'm thinking he's obviously just going to shoot the destroyer in front of him, but this is one of them times where, again, not really going to do that. You know, he's going to, we get our high caliber there. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Our destroyer shoots his guns off, and instead of shooting the 1 health guy, oh, I guess he'd already shot his guns. But anyway, it didn't matter. We got our dreadnought, our high caliber. We pushed. We got the cap. We got rid of 2 destroyers. You did everything you want to do in a aggressive secondary build. We did everything. And we, you know, a solid 2800. We had a high cal, dreadnought, everything. For a solid, well-rounded game. in a very solid, well-rounded ship. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.